Welcome to Lesson 1. If you see this screen after downloading your topography point file, you have done it correctly. In this lesson, Lesson 1, you will be creating a surface from the point file or from the points that have been established in this drawing. To access your points, you will need to go to Tool Space. But first, there are several things you need to know. First, your point groups or a copy of the point groups. Then, after creating your point group, you will need to create a surface from the ribbon menu. After you create a surface, you need to share your points and also create a point group that shows the points that you will be using to create your surface. Let's begin. To access your point groups, you will need to click on the ribbon menu. This gray part on top of your drawing is your ribbon menu. Your tool space is where your points are located. When you click on tool space, a menu box should appear, such as this one. Automatically, you would see your point groups, and if you click on the plus sign, you see all points. All points are the points that are established already in your drawing. To create a copy of your points for your surface, you can go ahead and right-click all points and copy. Copy of all points is the file you will be using for your surface. This is to establish the points you will be using to locate low areas and high areas, and also to define your surface, which is another step of adding break lines to your surface. Break lines serve as a tool to define the surface and make it more uniform. So now you have your copy of all points, and you edit the points or properties. You go to properties and you rename your points. You name them as surface points. Make sure it includes all points. Go ahead and click Apply, then OK. You have established a surface point group and all points. Alright. Now, next step is creating a surface. To create a surface, look for your Home tab in the ribbon menu. The second tab, where it says Surfaces, you click and simply create a surface. This is your information for your new surface. You're going to name the surface as Existing Surface. Go ahead and click OK. You go to your Tool Space menu, and when you see the plus sign on your pull down menu, you have successfully created a surface. Now, to see your surface, you will need to share your point files. So now you go to Point Groups, Add, and you're gonna add your surface points, which include all your points that you have created from your other point group. You go ahead and click Apply, then OK. This dot means you have populated your surface. As you can see, the surface looks in a weird shape and form. This will be fixed by break lines. Break lines are an important part of your surface. So now that you have established your surface, you will go ahead and create your break lines. Break lines cut the surface so you can have your area inside the drawing that looks uniform and correct. Also, it is a good way of presenting your work to the engineer. As you can see, you have in this drawing you have the back of curve and the front of curve. Now, by doing this, first we will need to create feature lines. Here on your Home tab, also in your ribbon, you can find feature lines. We can create feature lines from objects, which our objects are these two lines, which are polylines already. Go ahead and click Feature Line. Click on Create Feature Lines from Objects. you click on all the lines you want to add to your break lines to define your surface. You zoom out and make sure you have clicked all the lines that you want to create feature lines from. Go ahead and press enter, or just leave this name as site 1. You want to erase existing entities? Yes. And go ahead and click OK. As you can see, they turned into a dark color, which means if you click on it, you will get a feature line object. Alright. Now to close your boundaries for your break lines, you need to create a new feature line on each section. Close your feature line here, and you will have another feature line there. Close your other 3 sections by creating more feature lines. Alright, now you are about to close the last section to define your surface. Remember, break lines are important to define surfaces, so it could have a uniform look and a more presentable project. Alright, now you are going to click on each feature line to define your surface. You can select all your feature lines at once because they are similar item entities. As you can see, you have closed your boundaries to define your surface. Now, after you have clicked all the lines you want to set as break lines, right click and click Add to Surface as a break line. This should define your surface instantly. You apply it to your existing surface. Yes, click OK. Description. You don't need a description for this, and just click OK. As you can see, you have defined your surface in a much better form, but it's still looking kind of funky. So now you will select the back of curve so you can define your surface even more. You can go ahead and start adding them as you are clicking on the lines you want to define. One of the major problems when creating a surface is identifying your elevations that are lower than your normal elevations, or elevations that are 0. The 0 elevations will throw your surface to a 0 level, which is going to make it look as it is looking right now. To go directly to your surface point groups. But first, click on All Points, Properties. Go ahead and turn these off because you will not be using them for the moment. Now go ahead, regenerate your drawing. Now you are seeing your surface point groups. Go to Properties from your surface point groups and go to Exclude. This will help you define your surface even better by excluding the 0 elevations. You can go ahead and click with elevations matching and type in 0.00. Click Apply and OK. You see how your surface modified instantly, and now there is less errors in your surface, which makes it more uniform and presentable. We still have a funky looking triangle here. Click Surface again, right click Properties and Exclude with Numbers Matching, select Set and Drawing. Let's select the points we think are messing up our surface. Go ahead and press Enter, and your surface should define immediately. Now that we have the numbers matching, click Apply and OK. As you can see, your surface modified instantly, and now it is looking with a good shape and in a uniform manner. is keep on excluding points until you get your surface as you want it. Follow the same steps, go to Properties, Exclude, Selection Set and Drawing. This option lets you select as many points as you want to remove from your surface group points. Once you have selected the points you want to remove, go ahead and press Enter and Apply. OK. Your surface keeps on modifying. Go to your Surface menu and right-click in Existing Surface. Go to Surface Properties. Here on your contours, make them wider so you can see a more defined surface, and also if you want to add contour elevations or spot elevations, it would be nice and neat and more presentable. Go ahead and click 2 and 10 as a background. Apply and OK. Alright, now that you have created your surface successfully and modified your break lines, and also having excluded the points you don't need for the surface, now you can see that the separation from the contours is real small, which can make the drawing really cluttered. Or if you're wanting to present it with spot elevation, if you want to present it, you will need to make the separation from the contours bigger. To do this, right click on Existing Surface, go to Surface Properties, and you see you have all the options available. If you want to create a bigger contour separation, go ahead and create on this pull down menu and copy current selection, which will create a copy from the option you selected. Rename these contours as the option you want. Remember to create a copy of this option and not modify the original one. Go to Summary, and here on your contour intervals, go ahead and type in 5 and 15. Click Apply and OK. Now that you have created your own interval, click Apply and OK. As you can see, your surface has now modified into a wider interval for your contours. If you want a wider interval than this, just go ahead and modify the option you created by right-clicking on Existing Surface, Surface Properties, and modify the one you created previously. Let's say we can make it 10 and 25. Click Apply, go to Information, and remember to change these as well so you can have them stored for future use. 10 and 25. Now your surface looks in a uniform manner, and you can tell what is going on with the elevations. Now that you have created your surface, go ahead and save this drawing, and now follow the instructions in the link for Submit Your Projects here. Thank you very much. This has been Lesson 1, and stay tuned for Lesson 2, which will be creating your alignments. Thank you.